Good evening, everyone. It's Deputy Mayor Gary Kosovich sitting in for Mayor David McMullen tonight, and to my left I've got Acting CEO Mr Petrovski sitting in for Mr Cameron. I declare the ordinary council meeting of the 23rd of April 2024 held in council chambers at level 2, 388 Hayes Street, Subiaco, open at 5:31 p.m. I welcome councillors, staff, the media and members of the community. Thanks, Mark. On behalf of the City of Subiaco, I acknowledge the Whadjuk Noongar people as the traditional custodians of the area. We recognise their cultural connection to the land and waterways of Subiaco and their continuing contribution to our city. We pay respect to their elders, past, present and emerging, and extend the respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. Attendances, apologies, etc. Elected members present are all bar 2 and elected members with approved attendance via electronic means is Councillor White. The executive leadership team is fully in attendance tonight. There's one apology, and that is from Councillor Johnson. Elected members currently on a leave of absence is Mayor McMullen. Leave of absence request. We've had one leave absence request submitted ahead of tonight's meeting from Councillor De Vries. Do we have any other leave absence requests, please? Okay, right. Can we have a mover for Councillor De Vries for leave? Okay, that's Councillor Russell is moving and Councillor Burns is seconding. We'll call the vote on that, please. Hands up tonight, please, because we've got, yep, by hand, show of hands. That's carried unanimously. Yeah. Councillor, just to clarify that, Councillor De Vries will be granted leave of absence for the period of the 18th of June 2024 to the 2nd of July 2024 inclusive. Disclosure of interest. Are there any disclosure of interest tonight? Response to previous public questions taken on notice? There are none. Public question time. And we have questions from Mr Alex Coughlin of Violet Grove, Shenton Park, and Mr Mark Tonti of Salisbury Street in Subiaco. Alex, would you like to come up, please? And put your question to the council, please. Got it.
Thank you all. My name's Alex Coughlin from the Onslow Road Improvements Group. The first question that I have is, can the City of Subiaco please provide myself, the Onslow Road Improvement Group representative, with a copy of the City's 10-year capital works plans, forward works plans for the next 10 years, or whatever name this document may go by. Please ensure the document lists all current and planned capital works, minor and major projects within the city, their start and finish date, value and scope of work over the next 10 years. FY 23-24 up to FY 2033-34 should be included. It is envisaged this includes a master plan, overarching document and a spreadsheet tables of planned works per annum.
Thank you, Mr. Coghlan. I'll just ask the acting CEO to respond to that first before, and then we'll take your second question.
Thank you, Presiding Member, and thank you for the question. So the City works in a legislative framework, as many of us will know, and it's set by the Local Government Act. And in light of this, the City's annual budgets and reports are all available on our website, and they provide a snapshot of work that is planned for the year ahead and which has been completed for the year past, should you be interested in capital works in the City. The City's integrated planning framework, so things like our strategic community plan and our corporate business plan and other informing documents, also outline longer term strategies, objectives and initiatives, and all of these are also available on our website. The City does not have an adopted 10-year capital works plan, and we use internal working documents to inform the preparation of annual budgets and strategic plans. And these documents are routinely updated with the information that's current at the time. Many projects that we do are subject to community consultation before finalisation as well. So officers continue to work on longer term plans across all of our streets and our activity centres, and to consult with the community as is relevant for that project and at that time. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Petrovsky. Mr. Coghlan, your second question.
Thanks, Mr. Petrovsky. Sorry, excuse me. Question 2. Please confirm the exact start and finish date of the Rosalie School road crossing improvement works. And this is limited in terms of references because I'm actually referring to a couple of emails and a report that I sent, which obviously doesn't fit within the 150 word limit, but the scope of work for these works is captured in drawing number 24-002-C-LM. I hope the Council has been able to establish what that project is from that. And that's been outlined in my email of the 28th of March to the City of Subiaco. Please also confirm when the following works are going to be undertaken to fix critical safety issues. Refer to my email 28 March to City of Subiaco, which was a report from the Onslow Road Improvement Group called Onslow Road, the City of Subiaco's neglected High Street. The 7 items are damaged 40 km/h marking, the lack of a pram crossing to the Excelsior Cafe, damaged laneways that require resurfacing, multiple blind corners that require signage and road markings, damaged bollards and signage and line marking in 2 areas, line markings for pedestrian crossings throughout Onslow Road, and pram ramp crossings lacking at 3 intersections to enable residents of Shendon Park to cross the road, ultimately leading to them to have to walk up to the school or up to Kings Park to cross the road safely. That's the end. Thanks.
Thank you. I'll call on the Director of Technical Services to respond to your question, please.
Thank you for your question. So the Rosalie Primary School Children's Crossing has received all external agency approvals with Rosalie Primary School representatives involved during the project planning. To proceed, the project now requires $60,000 to be allocated in the next financial year's capital works budget, which will be presented to Council in the coming months. Works have been penciled in during Term 3 school holidays, which would be between the 23rd of September and the 4th of October 2024, and these timeframes have been shared with the Rosalie Primary School last week. In relation to your report, thank you for providing it, which has been received and reviewed. Where works are on the City's property, items will be factored into our maintenance schedules and planned capital works as appropriate. Some items noted in your report are complex, with many stakeholders involved, and some indeed relate to land in private ownership where the city has limited or no control.
Okay, noted. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Hambley. Thank you, Mr. Coughlin. Mr. Tonti, your question, please.
Good evening, Acting Mayor and councillors, and also good evening to the Acting CEO and Senior Executive Team members. Thank you for the opportunity to address a question to you tonight, and that question is in relation to 424 to 428 Hay Street and 440 Hay Street, which are the old shops and the theatre. And may I take this opportunity to thank all those staff and elected members who have been involved in this matter for so long for the very professional approach that you've taken to try and resolve it. And my question has a little preamble to it. It's not very long, and there is only one question. Through the regulatory process, Senior has discretionary planning bonuses when enhancing or preserving heritage values in a heritage area. Such bonuses provide opportunities for innovative development and economic benefits to the landholder, while recognising that the retention and conservation of heritage places provides a community benefit to both the local businesses and broader community. So my question is, has Sanua ever taken this opportunity to access the discretionary bonuses to vary development requirements under Local Planning Policy 3.3 and Clause 12 of the deemed provisions to take advantage of the economic benefits while facilitating a positive and sensitive heritage outcome for the Hay Street heritage area? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tonti. I'll ask the Acting CEO to respond to that, please.
Good evening, and thanks for your question. The short answer is no, but I didn't want to just write no in there. So no, not to the city's knowledge. With this site, the applicant has pursued their own priorities in relation to the development that they're seeking. Redevelopment in a way that preserves and cherishes heritage places is encouraged through the city's planning framework and something that is welcomed by the city.
Public statement time. There are no public statements. Petitions and approved deputations. There are no petitions or approved deputations. The next item is confirmation of minutes of previous meetings. The Ordinary Council meeting of the 23rd of April 2024. I would move that the minutes of the City of Subiaco Ordinary Council meeting held on Tuesday the 23rd of April 2024 be confirmed as a true and correct record. Can I have a mover, please? Councillor O'Connor, thank you. And a second? Councillor De Vries. And can I'll call the vote. That is carried unanimously. Thank you.
Just to note, you know, there's an error with the date, so it should be the council meeting held on Tuesday. Yes, so it should be which date in March? 19th of March.
I'll
sorry.
correct that. 19th of March, it's
19th
okay.
of March. We might want to just
I will, okay.
move and second it with the
yeah.
right one. Yeah.
There's a clarity with the date. The incorrect date was read out by me then, and it's been corrected now to the 19th of March 2024. I'll ask for a mover and a seconder, please. Councillor De Vries moving and Councillor Burns seconding. No?
I was just on the pen, but yeah.
Look.
I've got paintings like that, don't worry.
Okay. And I'll put it to the vote, please. Carried unanimously. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you for that. Okay, announcements by the presiding member. Hello and welcome. Before we get into tonight's reports, I'd like to take this opportunity to highlight some of our wonderful recent and upcoming community events and initiatives. First, I'd like to draw attention to the heartfelt opening event for Heather's Walk, which was well attended by community members, elected members and staff, both past and present. This leafy walkway at Subiaco Common recognises Heather Henderson's enduring contributions to the city. We are lucky to have people like Heather in our community, and it is fantastic that we can recognise her in this way. A reminder, if I may, that it is Anzac Day on Thursday. We have two official opportunities to help reflect upon the selfless sacrifice of those who have served. The Subiaco Shenton Park RSL sub-branch will hold a march and service at the Fallen Soldiers Memorial, and there will also be a service at the Shenton Park Community Centre. That one is first at 7 o'clock in the morning, and the one at the memorial, at the Fallen Soldiers Memorial, starts at 10 to 8. That's when the march off starts. All the details are on the website, and I hope to see a big turnout, as always, to remember those who have served. Finally, Subiaco Blooms is happening from the 10th to the 12th of May, and it's set to be our biggest year yet by far, with 19 creative installations. Activities have kicked off early this year with the Stem by Stem art installation, which you might have already seen on Seddon Street, just by one Subiaco Markets. I might add it's been very popular with young families with their children with a big eye blinking, and it's proving very, very attractive. I'm happy to tell you that it's getting a lot of attention from our residents, as well as drawing in visitors and media, and rightly so. It's a unique, colourful and fun installation. Please take a look if you haven't already. It is really fantastic. Well done to everyone involved in these events. There really isn't a better time to be in Subiaco with so much happening. Reports of committees and officers. For the information of the public gallery, it is intended that a number of the recommendations presented to this meeting will be grouped together and passed en bloc, as no amendments or alternative motions have been received from elected members. The possible en bloc items are C1, C3 and C4. Does anyone have any items they would like to remove from the en bloc vote? Okay, I'll now call the en bloc vote. A mover and a seconder, please, for that. Councillor De Vries moving and Councillor Russell seconding. I'll put it to the floor for a vote, please. It's carried unanimously. And that is that items C1, C3 and C4 contained in the agenda of the Ordinary Council meeting of the 23rd of April be adopted en bloc. Reports for the debate. C1, the draft... Sorry? Oh, sorry, C2, sorry. C2 is the first item, capital project budget adjustment on page 11. Can we have a mover and a seconder, please, for this? Councillor De Vries moving. Councillor Burns seconding. I'll put that to the vote, please.
So, Councillor De Vries, just open.
Oh, sorry. Okay. No. Does anyone else want to speak to?
Seconder.
No. Okay. I'll now put it to the vote. It's carried unanimously. Sorry? Very silent. Right, is that the next one? Going to 11? Okay.
I just want to say we don't have those or those.
Okay. Elected members' motion of which previous notice has been given. There are none. New business of an urgent nature approved by the person presiding or by a decision of the meeting. There is none. Meeting closed to the public. As per procedural motion 7.1H of the Meeting Procedures Local Law, I'm seeking a mover and a seconder to close the meeting. Councillor Russell, Councillor Jones moving, and Councillor O'Connor seconding. Thank you. And that is that the meeting be closed to the public pursuant to section 5.232 for F of the Local Government Act while this matter is being put to be considered. We haven't voted yet. Can we call the vote? And the motion is carried unanimously. Thank you. We are back live with you, and we're returning to the agenda item. Just for the information, we have resolved behind closed doors, and the resolution reads as follows. The Chief Executive Officer is authorised to undertake prosecution in accordance with Part 13, Section 218 of the Planning and Development Act 2005 in relation to the unauthorised land use at Unit 12. Okay, not use. Land use not listed at Unit 12513 Hay Street, Subiaco. Should the unauthorised use continue and or recommence at this or another location in the City of Subiaco. That concludes the business from the confidential agenda item. I now declare the City of Subiaco Ordinary Council meeting of the 23rd of April closed at 6:07 p.m. Thank you, everyone.